So, hey guys, my name is Bill. I'm the owner of Spicebeast, and Rebecca's been so kind to bring me on here and brag about how awesome I am. How did I
He's
start?
awesome.
So basically, let's just go way back. It was like 2013,
Mhm.
and I just started. Well, I started getting into fitness around 2000. I've always been with it to be an athlete, but like I was out of it. I had married and kids, and
Right.
my the story goes, I had my son with me.
Hmm.
She wanted me to give my son a bath,
Hmm.
and he was being a scooch. So I jumped in the bathtub, threw a bathing suit on, got in the tub with
Uh-huh.
my son, and I'm sitting there washing him.
Uh-huh.
And I was wearing my eyeglasses because I had
Mhm.
glasses at the time. I had hair,
Yeah.
and I was just in a bathing suit. And she took a picture. Oh, how cute.
Yeah.
I saw the picture.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at my wife and I'm like, you're married to that guy? Like that guy in that picture. That's the guy you're married to, because that is a slovenly, blubbery, pale, hair losing accountant that you got sitting there in there. And I'm like, that's not who I am. Like oh my God. That was probably 2004.
Right.
Um, so like immediately, like that week, I
Hmm.
went and rejoined the gym, and
Yeah.
within a month, I had shaved my head, got contacts, and started growing facial hair. So it was like
I love it. I love
I
it.
went through a total transformation at like 32, because I was just like,
Hmm.
I can't look like that. Like I used to be in shape, and what happened to me? So that's how it started. So I was
Interesting.
really,
Okay.
really into it on a amateur level, meaning I wasn't no competitions, no judging, just me trying to get healthier. And
Right.
really, I was bulking. I was just getting big. I can get big easy.
Mhm.
Stage ready, I could probably not that I could never do it, but it's just I never had an easy losing weight. I can gain weight real easy, and I can put on size real quick. Um,
You're like a
one of
meso
the things I was
endomorph. The meso
had it was
endomorph. Yeah.
a
Like,
benefit for me, right? So I was just power. I'll call it powerlifting, but I was just lifting heavy, doing
hmm.
a 5x5 and that kind of stuff,
Right.
eating everything in sight, 10,000 calories a day,
Hmm.
just being ridiculous. And I got up to about 310 pounds. Um, but I looked good. I just looked like a cigarette machine with legs. I just kind of like just, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Um, and then time went on. I
Hmm.
kind of wasn't doing 6 days a week in the gym.
Right.
I was doing more like 3 or 4, but then I decided I needed to start like eating better, because I was just watching things. I was eating, consuming anything. Like a
Hmm.
meal to me would be like a porterhouse, 10 eggs, and then run out for a Big Mac when I was done. Like
Oh,
kind
wow.
of
That's
that's kind of
awesome.
what I was doing.
Mhm.
So I started, you know, just and I was eating out a lot. So I just started kind of like watching what I was eating. And then, I basically kind of fast forward back. I got divorced in 2000. I separated in 2011 or 2012.
Mhm.
So from 2012 2014, I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to boil water. My mom did my cooking. My wife did my cooking. Met my wife when I was 19. So I basically, I can open a can of tuna fish. I can order a pizza like a champ, but I can't cook anything. So I kind of learned the magic of the frying pan. Like I can grill, anybody can grill, but like, wait, you can take chicken and sprinkle some bit of seasoning on it with a
Mhm.
little olive oil, put it in a frying pan, go like sizzle, 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 and then eat it, and it tastes good. Like that's what cooking is. It's that simple. So I was like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. I can buy proteins, put them in a frying pan, and sizzle, sizzle, and eat them.
Yeah.
Like this is great. So that's when I started getting into seasonings. And I didn't know anything about seasonings at all. Like I didn't cook. I just reached for salt and pepper.
You actually
So
like cooking now. You enjoy it now that you
well,
got
I
into it.
mean, I can't stand it. I eat to. I don't eat for enjoyment
Mhm.
unless I'm going out. I
Right.
eat for function. Like
I
I
see.
come
I
home, I
gotcha.
shove food in my face, and then I'm back to work. I
It's
work.
nice if it tastes good though when you do that.
It has to go. That's where we're getting at. Like all right. So to go back even further, my mother God bless her, worst cook on the planet.
Oh,
Absolutely horrible.
sounds like my mother, but anyway.
Box food. A meal was a broiled steak with some stovetop stuffing. Like it was an overcooked leather puck broiled steak. So rice-a-roni, hamburger helper. Like if it came in a box, we ate it. Like that's just how that was my mom. Now my grandmother, she can cook.
Mm-hmm.
My mother couldn't. My wife, ex-wife, could cook. Her grandmother, her mother, all Italian, all cook.
Oh yeah.
So once that was it, boom. Now I'm eating good food. So once I was on my own, I was back to tuna fish in a can, ordering pizza, running to the deli, or a box of like rice-a-roni or a dirty rice mix from one of those Louisiana companies, like just some add meat, add rice, boil and eat.
I know what you mean.
Or microwave pouches, like microwave vegetables, steamed vegetables.
Right.
But never anything like taking raw food and like preparing it and then putting it over fire. Okay? That was foreign to me. Someone showed me the frying pan thing, and I'm like, whoa, this is. Wait a second. So I can print out directions, and I can just follow the directions. Because I'm a guy, unlike most men, I do read directions when I assemble things after I mess them up. So I mess them up. And then I read directions.
Yeah.
So again, so long story longer. So now I'm going to the store and I'm buying salt free. I'm buying Mrs. Dash. We all know about it. We're using that. I'm grabbing other things, and then I started getting a little more healthier. Now I'm like reading labels, and once you start reading labels, it just life changes. Life changes. It really does. It changes like that. You're like, I can't pronounce that. I can't pronounce that. Where does that come from? Like, oh my God, like that's in paint. Like, oh my God, they wax cars with this stuff. Like,
I was going to say, oh God help you if you actually Google it and find out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they wax cars with this. I'm like, okay, this is in paint thinner. I can't eat this. Like, so. And then I'm on Instagram. Yeah. We're gonna go further. So now I'm reading labels. So now I'm on Instagram, and another extremely popular fitness spice brand is all over my feed. We're not allowed to use the F word in my house, so we're not gonna say what brand name it is, but we all know who it is.
I'm thinking I'll have to look.
So, and I'm watching this amazing cooking ad with these spices, and they're all natural.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm buying this, and click the link, and I drop $60 on 4 little jars, and I put it on my food, and I'm like, dang, this isn't really good. This really wasn't that good. Like, and then I read the ingredients, and I'm reading what's in it, and I'm like, I can go to the store and I can buy that, and I can buy that, and I can buy that. I can just throw it in, I can mix it up, and I can kind of replicate what I just bought myself. It's not hard. Except what they say in the label, and other spices or natural flavoring. And then that's because they don't want to lose their recipe. So I just started ad-libbing. I started like making my own blends, knowing what was going in the blend because I was putting it there.
You started with the spices and then branched out into the other.
Well, I would go buy garlic powder and onion powder and paprika and cumin and I would mix it in a bowl and I would sprinkle it on my food. Like what I was buying in a jar, I was able to look at it and say, okay, well, I can buy those things and do. That's how all of us spice guys start. It's really not difficult. The hard part is scaling, the jarring, the labeling, the creation. That's all the hard part. But going to the store and buying little jars of like, Walmart 99-cent, which is not what I use, but when I started, that's what I was buying. Like I'd buy a thing of parsley, a thing of basil, and I would just start oregano, and I would just mixing them together and tasting it and put on my food, and hey, this tastes good. This tastes good. Oh, wow, this is great. Right. At least I knew it was clean. No sugars, no added salts, no citric acids, none of that crap. So then I just started making my own stuff for me. And then someone said to me, and I'm an entrepreneur at heart, like I own other businesses, and someone said to me, like, you should bottle this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know anything about that. Like, I don't know anything about bottling. Then I ran to somebody who said, well, it's not hard what you want to do. Let me teach you the bottling process. And I was like, okay. And then boom, that's it. I started putting it in jars and I opened up a website and I just started like telling people. And I just realized that it started getting legs. And then I learned how to scale. And so basically the goal was started from not being able to feed myself to becoming a average cook. And what I mean by that is somebody who can't cook thinks I'm a chef.
Right.
And somebody who can cook thinks I'm a hack. So I'm kind of an average cook.
You're well versed in the kitchen.
Well, I could pretty much
Yeah.
take something and make something. And 95% of the time, it'll taste pretty good. 5% of the time, it tastes bad. It's like 4% of the time, it tastes bad. And 1% of the time, they're like, oh my God, it's the best thing I ever had. So it's very rare I hit a home run. It's very, very rare. But that's it. So that's how spicebeast came to be. I targeted it to the fitness community because that's where I found my love for cooking, if you want to call it that. I found my love for cooking and spices because of the fitness community. And if I had that problem, I only could imagine that there are hundreds of thousands of others that have that same problem. And I'm to quote the movie Robots from Disney, which is probably one of my favorite movies ever. See a need, fill a need. Like that's just how I've always been. I see a need, and if I can do it, I'll fill the need. Customer service, sales, and marketing, and actual inventing. I see a need, and I try to build something to fill that need and service that person. That's just how I've always been, and this is how this went. It just kind of like morphed, you know. Then I started dabbling. I started doing the olive oils because I had a connection in Italy with the balsamics and the oils. And then the only reason why I even got into hot sauce was because of my branding, like Spice Beast, this horned, angry, hairy thing. And people come up to my booth, they're like, "Oh, you sell hot sauce?"
I guess you could see that between the color and the brand, like the
yeah. And I'm like, yeah, no. And they're like, okay, bye, and I leave. And I'm like,
okay,
well, see a need, fill a need. I'm gonna make some hot sauce, and there we go. So now I'm kind of like, I'm not pivoting, but I've got my 17 blends. My next round of blends are going to be spicy.
Oh boy.
I'm looking into like super hots. I'm looking into because I getting, it's also very expensive. The super hots, the scorpion pepper, the ghost pepper, the reaper, the habanero, they're just very expensive. So to make bulk, the price point's going to be just higher than what people can afford right now. So I'm just trying to come up with a solution for that without sacrificing any quality. So that's kind of where I'm at now. But I am going to be working on, and that's where this collaboration with this other hot sauce company comes in, who wants me to start making spicy blends for them that'll possibly allow me to buy in larger bulk and scale so I can get my prices down so I can actually start selling super hots, which is what I kind of want to do. Because we all know the fitness world loves their heat. They love their heat because that's the first thing, and that's why I created Spice Beast, not because of hot sauce and not because of heat. I initially created it because everyone's answer to making their food taste better was hot sauce. Throw hot sauce on it, throw hot sauce on it. But the hot sauce you're throwing on it, the Cholula, the Tabasco, it's all.
I like very few of them. I'll say
it's all processed. It's all high in salt. It's all it's a lot of them have sugars in it. They're not clean.
Right.
My hot sauce right now follows the same model as my spice blends. All natural, fresh peppers, low sodium, no added sugars, and full disclosure labels. All the ingredients on it are on the bottle, so you know what you're getting. So at least when I sell some of my hot sauce, I feel a little more comfortable in knowing that they're going to be getting a quality product without a bunch of crap in it.
Right. Right.
So
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want a bunch of fillers in there. And like you said, we like our heat in the fitness world.
yeah,
Anything
because
that's
it's
a
easy. It's a lot of
thermogen.
flavor and the thermogenic aspect. Let's be real.
Exactly.
The more pepper you pump in your body, the more you sweat, the more calories you burn. It's just
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly. So that's very cool. And now, what was your first spice? I have to
But
ask.
well, I actually my first one that I ever made
Uh-huh.
was, believe it or not, the Beast Prep.
Okay. All
And
right.
just because it was just a simple blend, it just it's a seasoned salt. It's salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. Just just the right amount of each is what makes it taste so good. Like
Interesting.
it's not the ingredients, it's the quantity of each.
It's very good. I like it. But then
Well,
again, all your stuff is phenomenal.
well,
So
that was the easiest one. It was like, oh, I got salt and pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder, mix it, and
Mhm.
then well, that's yummy. It was that simple.
Uh,
That was my very first one, but I didn't actually, when I released Spice Beast in total as a company,
right.
I believe I had 9 blends. It was 9. I
Okay.
had 9. I had did I have 9? Wait, was it 12? No, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was 9. It was 9. It
Right.
was the 4 Pro line. It was Beast Prep, Meat Madness,
Hmm.
Power Mex, and Ocean 7. My
Hmm.
4 protein lines. And believe it or not, they were actually created
Hmm.
when I first did this. It was a protein spice for a protein. In other words, Beast
Okay.
Prep was for beef.
Okay.
Meat Madness was for chicken.
Hmm.
Ocean 7 was for fish.
Right.
And Power Max was for pork.
I
Like
see.
it was,
Okay.
that was how I initially, when I created them, that was the 4 protein blends for the 4 proteins, 4 for
Okay.
4. Yeah, that
I,
was kind of it didn't work that way because I put beef prep on everything. And I put Meat Madness in my ground beef, and I put Ocean 7 on my chicken, and I put Power Mex on everything. So it really didn't work out. So I kind of stopped that sales pitch. And I went to just put protein on your protein.
mhm.
Um, and then I had the Jack Galkin onion and the Master Blend, and then I had, and those were my classic lines. And then I had 3 salt free, which was the Galkin the Glory, the License to Dill, and the Viva Pizzeria. Those were like 3 that were 100%. The goal was to have low sodium and salt free. So I had 4 protein, 2 regular, and 3
Right.
salt free. And then
Okay.
I kind of rounded off the line because I had the 4 protein. I added 1 more to
Mhm.
the I had the everything bagel, which made it 3.
Right.
Then I added the cheat meal line because I want no sugar, no sugar, no sugar, no sugar, no sugar. Spice Beast equals no sugar.
Mhm.
But then you people,
We like our
fitness
sugar after the
people who
show.
demanded nothing but quality and we sugar free and no salt and bah, bah, bah. We want something sweet.
Mhm.
What? You got to make something sweet. Okay.
Right.
So how do I go against my I'm not using sugar to compromising and making something sweet? A
Mhm.
la see a need, fill a need, cheat
Mhm.
meal line. So there you go. So
We need some
that
sweet. We need some actual sweet stuff too. So I'm going to give you many ideas,
again,
like a pumpkin spice
I
or
have a
something.
lot on the plate. The problem that I have um with making a lot of these blends is the ingredients that goes into them.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean? Because once you start,
No.
um, like for example, vinegar, like
Right.
the my buffalo rub is not like a other brands or other brands buffalo rub.
Right.
Theirs are very tart. They got that bite of vinegar and sourness to it.
Hmm.
Well, you cannot take vinegar and make it into a powder
Right.
without doing something that is unnatural to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't put that in my product. And then like other things, like people want to they want to go, give me a lemon pepper, or
Right.
give me lemon is a lot of citric acid. They get that citrus bite.
Mm-hmm.
It's citric acid, and even though you could split hairs if it's natural or not.
Mm-hmm.
It has the word acid in it.
It didn't sit right with you.
It just doesn't sit right with me. So I eliminate it. Now, will eventually like cave? I may have to. If my people who want things want them, and they're going to buy them elsewhere, and I get the blessing to compromise, I may come up with the citric acid line and put big red X's on it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't figured. Skull and crossbones and like melting faces, like something like that. I
That'd be
guess.
good for marketing. You know, you red
Again,
or something like that's probably not good labels.
if you want, listen, you'd be shocked. Hot sauce, some of the craziest labels you would never buy. People like, who wants a bottle with a label with fire coming out of someone's butt?
Well, that's a hot sauce. That's like a challenge for like. That's different. I don't know about regular food.
So that really, that's how it started. Now the smoked salts, which I've also gotten into, that came about because I was actually and again, it was purely a business move.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a farmer's market.
Right.
And I opened my store, like I opened Beast Pantry, and I was looking at products to carry, and I met a guy who made smoked salts at a market.
Mm-hmm.
But he made them in these little pouches, 1 ounce pouches, and he was selling them for $10 a pouch. Wow. Salt.
Uh-huh.
Salt. Like, yeah, you got to do stuff to it. There's a lot of work involved, but it's still salt. A 1 ounce pouch for $10, and people were lining up to buy it. So I bought it for my store because I wanted to carry it. I wanted to have smoked salts here. I bought it from them.
Right.
And I tried them, and I'm like, I can do this.
Down. Sorry, I have a dog here helping.
No, I saw him in the back. We're all good. like I can do this. I can make smoked salts. I looked it up. I did the research. I talked to people, and then I bought a bunch of smokers, and I just started smoking salts. And they're doing well. And I made the packaging better. I gave more for less. You know, my 4 ounce tin is $13, and if you buy a bunch of them, they're even less. So I saw a need that I felt. I filled the need. I made a high quality, 100% clean product that I either use. I use all real hardwood. I don't use smoked salts. I use my seasonings as part of the smoking habit, and for my spicy super hots, I bring the peppers in from New Mexico. So I have a reputable supplier who gets me peppers from where they're actually grown. So I'm not growing them in my backyard, but I'm not buying them from some big, online company that is all garbage. I'm buying, small batch quality product. That's just, how this company works.
I don't know. They were phenomenal.
You can't be in business. Anybody can put something in a jar,
right?
Slap a label on it, hook you, and make you buy it or get you to buy it. That's what marketing does. That's the marketing aspect. You know all about that. Once you open the jar and you use it, that's when you pass the test or not. Are they going to buy it again? Are they going to continue?
Customer retention and coming back.
That is by far the most important thing when it comes to having a product, which is why I slow rolled it in. I made it, I spread it around, people clamored for it, worth an investment. And that's kind of where I've been.
Excellent. So what are your favorite recipes to make?
Listen, honestly, meat, season, pan, mouth. I'm a simple man. I like to just take my chicken, dry rub it, let it sit, throw it on the skillet, and eat it. Vegetables in a steamer, jack garlic and onion, steam them, eat them. I'm not a saucier. my hot sauces I collaborate with a local chef,
Right.
very good friend of mine. It says it on the bottle. We make them at his restaurant, and honestly, I come up with this is what I want to eat. His name is Franz. Franz, this is what I want to put on my food. Franz, the chef, creates the sauce.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
know, it's just that simple. I just, I'm not a saucier. I'm not a sauce maker. It's not my thing. I have, because of my mom, and I blame her, I could eat dog food. Like, listen, I eat to survive. We go to a cafeteria, I'll take a microwave burrito and it tastes great to me. Oh my God, that's so gross. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I eat to survive. I'm hungry, I eat.
That
I'm
sounds like
tired, I
that
sleep. I'm
sounds like
thirsty,
me.
I drink. I'm very boring.
And my mother was quite happy when she figured out I could cook in elementary school. It was a wonderful revelation for her when she didn't have to cook any longer. So she's like, "Oh, Rebecca likes to cook." She
Well,
had me baking and
if
everything.
we want to look behind the curtain, Erica, do me a favor, come pop over here for a second.
Ah,
So here's the person. Here's it's live. No, we're not live. I mean, it's live. It's not live.
Oh, okay.
hi.
Hi, how are
Rebecca,
you?
this is my daughter Erica.
Nice
Nice to meet you.
She's actually my right hand. Well, she's actually my partner now
Okay.
at this point. She's my
Okay.
partner.
Nice.
And when we collaborate on new blends,
Mhm.
we do it together. The whole my buffalo rub and
Mhm.
my blackout and my Cajun, my 3 spicy ones, were
Mhm.
pretty much all her. I said, this is what I wanted to do. I came
Uh-huh.
up with some ideas. She went into the kitchen and she whipped up these 3 blends.
Blackout is
I
phenomenal.
tasted them and I said, I'm like,
Thank you.
and I'm like, listen, we got to make,
Yeah.
can you tweak this? Can you tweak that? And done. As a matter of fact, the
Mhm.
name of the buffalo rub is because her fiance gave it the name. We couldn't come up with a name for it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the story. It's simple. She made the blend. She had Joey
Having
had
a party over
had a party. They were watching
Yeah.
football on a Sunday. I'm like, well, take the blend and make chicken and give it to them and see what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So she serves them and they loved it.
Yeah.
When she goes to her now husband, she goes to Joe. She's like, what'd you think about the chicken?
Right.
It was really good. She's like, well, that's our new buffalo rub. He's like, I don't remember. I said no vinegar. He's like, I don't know about buffalo rub, but
Mhm.
damn, that's some chickeny goodness.
Mhm.
I was like,
That one's
that's the
also, I
name.
love that
That's
one
the,
too.
that's the name. So it's a family run business. Everything's here. Nothing goes out without us touching it. Besides Franz. And and that's it. But I just want to, this is, and so she's the cook. This one learned from her grandmother,
Right.
her great grandmother,
Yeah.
her mother.
I
Okay.
was like bred to be like,
like you,
cooker.
just-
we're just like we're just meant to do. But this has been fun in like a different aspect.
Yeah, so
Changing the way we eat.
get back to work.
Yeah, as I'm in the middle of like
Get back
actually
to work.
produce product.
All right, get back to
Well,
work.
it was great to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you too.
Behind the curtain.
That was well done. I think that was
Thank you.
that was
Well,
quite good.
The only place I can really film, I mean, my store is really small.
Right.
I'll give you a quick tour. So this is my wall of flame, which I created, which is all my hot sauces. So these are all
Oh, I love it.
the hot sauces that I carry here, plus over here. And then if you come around, here's my products, and then I can also carry, local jams, jellies,
that's so cool.
syrups, pickled items. It's gourmet coffees and teas,
Oh,
more
that's
hot
so
sauce, barbecue sauces. It's a really small, I took over an old dairy farm. There's an old dairy farm in town,
Mhm.
and this is the old house where they used to milk the cows.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was a trash hole. It was disgusting in here.
Mhm.
But I turned around and I renovated it. And then behind this door is where it's also my factory. I have all my blending machines are back here, my product, and then there's a little warehouse all over here on the other side of the driveway here, and that's where I have all my packaging material, my glass, my caps, all my packaging. Everything gets done now out of this facility. It's kind of cool.
Oh wow. That's I didn't know you sold all that there, but that's really
Yeah,
neat.
no, but well, what happened was I had a small. There's a flea market in Middletown, not too far from here.
Mhm.
And it went out of business, and someone took it over and built it into a really nice like emporium. Is what they called it. It was like, it was like a bazaar. Like
Mhm.
stores were built inside, 10 by 10s, and you rented it out, and you were there on the
Yeah.
weekends. And I had a store there, just my stuff.
Right.
They lost the lease, building went out, all the stores went out of business. But it was such a calling for me to reopen my store here
Right.
that I was looking for a place and I needed to expand.
Hmm.
So I took this place, whacked off some space for a store, realized it was too much space for my little bit of spices, and I decided to make a mini farmers market here of all shelf stable products. So that's kind of what's here.
I'm gonna have to take a field trip up there. I love those places.
Believe me, it's a long ride, but
Uh-huh.
very little to see. So if you're up this way, let me know. I'll give you a tour.
And it's
Don't
where
make a
is it?
special trip.
Like from Allentown, or is it
It's like 2.5. It's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
like up 95 from Baltimore?
90 Baltimore is. I was in Baltimore last weekend. Oh, well, last weekend. I was in Baltimore last year. I'll be there again. It's
Okay.
like 3.5 hours to Baltimore.
Okay. All right. That's
It's
not
a hike. It's definitely not worth coming in for a 3-minute tour. It's definitely not. I'll just
oh,
send you pictures.
it's still neat to say. Still neat. That's a lot of fun. Wow. So you've done a lot of other things other than what we know see at the bodybuilding shows and everything like
And
that.
just this is my side gig.
One of them. One of
You
your
know?
you're
So
like me,
yeah,
you
but
got a
that's it. I
full
mean,
time.
it just really is kind of morphed. It's just like I
Mhm.
started with an idea, and then as you do more, you constantly have to scale, you have to grow, you have to be fresh. You can't just have the same stuff forever. You got to constantly, I feel. So I'm always trying to add and expand to new markets. Like I just only was in the fitness market. Now I'm everywhere.
Mhm.
Like everywhere, meaning like I do farmers markets, I do street fairs, and it's not just a fitness spice. Everybody should eat clean. And there's no reason why anybody should put bottles of chemical on their food. I
Mhm.
don't care if you're working out or you're sedentary at a desk. It's just there's no reason for it.
No, everybody needs to fuel their body well and put quality ingredients in there. And I don't think most people even know to look at the back of a spice container. So it's
I
I
didn't
didn't
either.
until the fitness
I didn't
world.
either until I did.
Hmm.
And a star was born.
Yeah, literally it was. We still need to get those t-shirts too. Don't
uh,
forget.
I'm
I
working on
know.
it. I already
I
have it
know.
designed. It's
We love
coming.
your logo.
It's coming. People want tank tops. They want beanies. It's coming. There's only so much money to go around.
I know. I know. We love the logo. It's so much fun.
I appreciate it.
All right. Anything else you want to cover? Where can we shop for you? Amazon or
Oh, so
your
right now
website?
you can get all my products. Yeah, I've got them all talked out.
Right.
I have my own website. It's spicebeast.com,
Okay.
thespicebeast.com or spicebeast. They both work.
Okay.
Um, you can shop on my Instagram page or my Facebook page
Right.
at Spice Beast. I'm also all these products are available on Amazon too.
Mhm.
Just I don't do Prime. I handle every package that goes out. I'm a control freak. So if you're on Amazon, just toggle off Prime and search Spice Beast, and you'll find me. Free shipping on Spice Beast on Amazon.
Awesome. Very nice. All right. So
And
thank
I'll see you in October for sure.
Yep, at the Big Cat Show.